Hello, I'm Gordon from TaroWorks and you're watching this video on TaroWorks language support. Now we have a bit of a longer video than usual today because translation is such a nuanced topic involving both Android OS, Salesforce, and TaroWorks that is installed on both ends. So the overview today is to talk about the multiple languages in TaroWorks first, and then talk about how Salesforce handles languages. And finally, we'll put those two together to show what you can do to date. What is available out of the box is that you can present any languages to the mobile user for job names, question captions, help text, and also options in select questions. Then, as a back-end user, the Salesforce interface is available in three languages: English, French, and Spanish. Now, if you want to make the mobile experience to be even more localized, for example, if you want all the buttons and error messages to be in Hindi, we have an open source translation toolbox that allows you to do that. That's enough preamble. Let's jump into the demo to see what we mean. Here, starting with the surveys, I have created a draft survey with the title in Nepali script. You might have seen this in the sales demo. You can change the title, and these characters forms the word Nepali. In the question builder, you can have the section name. This literally says section 1. Again, this can also be in any character set as long as it is in Unicode UTF-8 encoding. If you need more information about this, please see our support website on what that is and how you can use it. Generally, if you're using Google Translate, copying from there and pasting in here, you should be okay. So let's take a look at the questions here. What you can do is obviously edit the question, and you can type the caption, add supporting text in any languages. You can also create options for multiple choice questions in any language that corresponds to the answer people can choose. What I'll do is quickly publish this survey, then publish the job with it so that you can see what it looks like on the mobile device. Now you notice that I've already pre-built the job. I can again write the job name and task name in Nepali or any other languages. Now I'll save this as publish. Okay, so now this is published. So I'll pull up my device and show you how the result is after it's synced. Now you can see in the job list there's the Nepali PPI job. Notice that all of the system text is still in English, so if I press on this, the menu choices will show in English. And actually, these buttons and text can be changed through the Android language setting, which I'll show you later. But I want to emphasize the fact that even though if you created surveys and jobs in a particular language, the buttons will still be in a language set in the Android device. So if the device is set to English, the buttons will be in English. French and Spanish are also currently supported. Now, if you need something other than these three, we have an open translation tool that allows you to add other languages. So an actual example is that one of our customers wanted Vietnamese, and therefore they translated it for themselves and made it available for all. Here's our first question. This in Nepali reads section 1, and here is the name of the head of the household as the question. You can see that you can display the question in any way you choose, and the mobile user can enter the response in any language they choose as long as the keyboard you have installed in the Android device supports it. Here again, if you don't change the language in the Android device, all the error messages and system text will be in English. So let me type something in the answer box. And here we see one of the multiple choice questions. As you can set the options in your chosen language, this will work for single select, multiple select, and also cascading select. Great. So I'll fast forward through the rest of the survey, then I'll sync. The sync is now done. Let's take a look at the result. And here we see the responses in Nepali. So going back to TaroWorks Android app, how do you change the system text? System text being the button name, error messages, notifications, certain menu choices. The answer is in the Android settings menu. So go to settings, find language and input, and then change the language into, say, Spanish. What this would do is to change everything in your Android into Spanish, including TaroWorks. So here you see the buttons and dialogues are now in Spanish. If you go through the jobs, you'll see that the system text changed, but the job text stayed the same. This also means that if you have the same job with multiple languages, you'll need to make multiple versions of surveys and jobs. Now repeat the steps to change the language back. Okay, then what about TaroWorks? So in TaroWorks itself, these special tabs, surveys, jobs, job activities, performance, these also have language support. Currently we support English, French, and Spanish, and the buttons and the text that you see here really depends on your user setting. So currently I'm logged in as myself, Gordon. Okay, so if I change my own settings to be a francophone, then you'll see that under the user settings I could change the language. So I'm going to change my language to be French this time. There's many types of French you could choose, right? Locale, French. That's very well. Click save. Let's see what happens with the TaroWorks app. Notice that overall, even Salesforce pages setup has changed. Fields name are different, right? The tabs name are different. Okay, so this is the survey tab, and then this is jobs tab. What you can do if you go into the survey, you'll notice that the interface in the survey itself has changed to whichever language you have chosen. So in here you can see, alright, the different things you can do in the survey has changed into French. The different question type that you select has also changed into French. So this is how TaroWorks accommodate people who work at the back end using different languages. So I'm going to change myself back into English before I proceed any further. Up to this point, we have covered the basics of TaroWorks multi-language support. If your use case is more sophisticated, please find the appropriate video on our YouTube channel, because the technical details differ based on which versions of TaroWorks you're currently using. Thank you very much for watching.